Hello and welcome back to the Sports News. Right now we are joined by a very special guest. He's achieved what only very few golfers have ever achieved, and that was recently winning the British Open in St. Andrews along with his Masters in 2007. It is Zach Johnson joining us here in the Sports News today. Zach, thanks for joining us. How are you doing?
Oh, hey, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So what I just mentioned, that's something only 6 golfers have ever done before. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I kind of got the news about that, pretty recent after my win at St. Andrews, but I guess there's been 6 guys that win at St. Andrews and Augusta. So very special. 2 venues in sports that you can argue are the best, certainly in the game of golf, and something that I will always remember and cherish. Especially having my wife there to greet me and to be with me that week, it just made it even that much more special.
I could imagine, and I'm assuming I didn't get a chance to see it, but you were up here in Wisconsin this past weekend for the PGA Championship, were you not?
I was there Monday through Friday, basically. My week was cut short by 1 shot, but I did not perform well, and no, that's okay. I mean, it is part of the game. It is part of my job. If anything, I think what's great about it, if you want to turn it into positives, I know exactly what I need to work on. I didn't hit my driver like I'm accustomed to, and certainly on the PGA Tour, specifically in a major, you got to get that ball in the fairway, and I just didn't do it enough.
That's a really rough course. I had the opportunity to play there, and I didn't even take it because I'm a horrible golfer the way it is, so I would have lost every ball I owned.
Yeah, no, it's a brutal test. It's a great test. I think it. I don't necessarily think it favors anybody to an extent. But right on Lake Michigan, if you didn't know where you were in the world, you would have thought it was an ocean. A bluff looking over the ocean there. The temperatures probably would have given it away. It's not Ireland because it was hot. But they've done a really nice job, and it's a great spot to host a golf tournament.
Yeah, I'm glad you got to kind of come up here and enjoy that. I actually had a chance to go out Sunday myself, and as I said, I'm a horrible golfer, so I'd love to see what it's like to play on your level for just a day. Now, with all the travel you guys do, you're doing tournaments not only all over the country now, but all over the world. How are you able to stay grounded and kind of also have some time for yourself and your family with your hectic tour schedule?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, one of the best parts of my job is I get to travel, see new places, see awesome parts of the world. I get to bring my family occasionally, and it's one of the beauties of my job. But it's also one of the negatives. I mean, I've got 3 kids now. They're in school. I mean, we've already started school in Southeast Georgia. So, you know what? Priorities are priorities. We want to keep home life. We want to keep I guess the simplistic things and the ideals and values that I grew up with instilled in our house, in our home. So the travel becomes difficult. I mean, when it comes down to it, I really prioritize my weeks on and my weeks off. I take advantage of those weeks off. My wife is a big part of that. When I'm on the road, and I can travel with my family, we like to stay in places that make it easy on my kids. Specifically, a sponsor of mine, Country Inns and Suites, for example. The hospitality, just the ability to basically transition from our house to a hotel, and it becomes seamless in that regard. So, you prioritize what's important, and you know what? I have my own foundation. I have my home life with my kids, and those are the 2 things that are, as a competitor, as an athlete, I may not get remembered for that, but that's what I want to be remembered for. I've got great people around me to help me along that route there. Great coaches, great sponsors. Like I say, Country Inns is one of them, who's backing me, backing my foundation. That's what golf's all about. You're able to give back and be a good steward to what's been given to you, and those are the priorities.
It makes it a little bit easier if you have a comfortable, clean place to stay every weekend, I would imagine.
Without question. I mean, I'm on the road probably, on the tour schedule 26, 27 weeks, but when you count everything else I got to travel for, it's probably 30 to 33 weeks. And I want to be comfortable. I don't want to get to a place and feel awkward and have, feel stuffy. I want to go to a place that essentially is like a home on the road. And, I'm fortunate that I have a great partner. I would even say a part of my business family, and with Country Inns. and Suites and the Carlson Group. I mean, they're tremendous people, first and foremost. They get it and understand what traveling's all about, what business travel is all about in particular. And like I said, my kids, my family are of the utmost priority to me, and that just helps what we're trying to do as a team and as a group.
And I know we just have a couple quick seconds left here. Where can fans see you next? Where are you going to be coming up next to play?
Yeah, no, I've got this week off. I'm doing some things on the road, and then I'll be at home for a brief bit, and then from there, it's to the FedEx Cup playoffs. I mean, we get right back into it. We got a great end of the year, 4 tournaments, the playoffs starting in New Jersey. So I'll be at the Barclays. I believe it's at Plainfield Country Club in about a week's time, and excited to get going. I mean, getting ready to compete and motivated to compete has never been an issue for me. But I do need my rest, and as a result, I've got a week off to get prepared.
Fantastic. And where can our viewers learn more about Country Inn & Suites and your foundation real quick before I let you go?
Yeah, certainly. Well, you can check out, when it comes to me and my foundation at our website, ZachJohnsonGolf.com. You can follow me on Twitter at ZachJohnsonPGA. And you can follow Country Inns online at their website, and then also with their Twitter handle at Country Inns to learn all the information. It's really cool. They're doing a great promo right now. I've been lucky enough to win 12 tournaments, and as a result, I think if you mention my name, I know that might be awkward. I get that, but you might get 12% off on your rate. So a pretty cool gig right there. And you know what? When it comes down to it, they just want to help people, much like myself.
Fantastic. Zach, thank you so much for joining us here on the Sports News today.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Zach Johnson, mention him at Country Inn & Suites. Tell him Zach sent you. You might get a discount on that. I'm going to go follow him on Twitter right now. You guys can follow us as well. We want to thank Zach Johnson. Wish him the best coming up in the FedEx tournament. We'll be back for more of the Sports News in just a moment.